Okay, so today I'm getting to test a new service that DenckOrtho is implementing. I think this is probably like a beta of this, and it's called the Cloud Design Center. And what it is, you can upload your models to this design center. They'll design the wires for you so you don't have to do it. And then the next day you download them or open up the file, make some tweaks, send them to the wire bender to bend. That's pretty much basically what it is. It's all built into the system. I've already uploaded some yesterday. These, I don't know if we'll get through all of these, but we'll go through a few of them. And I'll just explain it as we go. Actually, let me start out by doing one. Let me get the scans ready. I'll show you how I upload it, and then we will go to what it's like the next day to get them back. So let me log in real quick and get this scan. We're going to upload it. Okay, so I've shared my screen here. I think I've shared it. Yep, here's my screen, and I'm just going to log into my account. Again, this is all built into the same software you design with. There's a few extra steps to do, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a new patient, and I'll do it by pan number and the name, the initials, because we recycle the pan numbers. Okay, so we're at the same place. So you're going to do the exact same thing as if you were going to design it. You're going to open the OG-DOS 3D, and it's going to ask for that file, which mine is here, which is this one, and I'm going to send it. Oh, where'd you go? Send it to downloads. Couldn't find that for a second. And then I'm going to click on it and then open it. Yes, it's only one file. And when you get here, I guess you can do this if you want. I don't know if it's necessary. But don't click Next, click Save. And it'll say, if there is a file, it's going to overwrite it. And then, okay. And so it's uploading it to their servers. And then, but they don't know what you want to do yet. So I'm going to close this out. So you just save it, you close out, and then you go back and click on here, and then it's right here. And there's design and bend. So design is for like aligners. So this can also do aligners for you too. But this is for bend, and you're going to click submit order. Give it a second. There we go. Now, here you can put notes, and this is pretty much a upper 3-3 labial bow. And then submit. And I'm going to, that's it. Now, one thing you can do is just so that you communicate clearly what you're doing or what you want them to do, is one of these face photos here. You can upload a picture, and I think I have one. 3-3 labial bow upper. So I've saved these. I actually went into EasyRx into the template area, and I'm just saving these basic templates, and they can view it and look at it and see, oh, just 3-3 labial bow. Okay, so do you want to close? No, I don't want to close. Go back, return. Okay, so that's being designed. Now, that's the beauty of this. Right now, the design center is in China. And the best thing about that is while we're asleep, they're working. And while they're working, we're asleep. So you upload these one day, and then when you come back the next day, they're done. And I actually get an email from them says, hey, your design has been completed. Go check it out. And so that's what we're going to do now. So I've already sent these. I don't know if we'll get through all these or not, but we'll just go through these. And how you do this is return, and you're going to go, let's refresh. And so again, this is your patient files. I'm just going to look at my pan number here, and I'm going to go this. So this is your patient files, your patient list, as you can see over here. And if I go to this one, I'm just double checking. So if I double click that, you're going to see that this changes. Design completed. So this was my upload time on this, which was a few days ago, but I'm just now getting there to bend it. And so these were my notes I gave him: a labial bow 4 to 4 and 1 C-class. So I gave him my numbers and then the federal numbering system too, just to be clear. So I'm not going to submit that again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the check, and we're going to double click this order. It's going to open up OG-DOS, and we can, so this is everybody's a little different on the way they like their wires to be bent. Wires, boy, that was hick sounding. Let me go full screen here. And everybody likes how their own technique and stuff. One feature they have built into this is if I click on Holly retainer bending, it's going to ask you, hey, there's some wires that have been saved. Oh no, it's right there. It didn't ask you that. So it has already saved this, and they've done a pretty decent job. I don't know if I would change anything. Everything's nice and tucked across the occlusion as best as it can. It does give you these bend points here if you want to adjust it. I think I'll do this one by hand. I would like that tucked in just a little bit more. But I'll usually hit the letter P on my keyboard, and it shows each bend point that the machine's going to make, and you can adjust them. So I don't see anything. Maybe, okay, so here is, let's say you want your wires to be straight, if possible. So you can take this and you can bend it down like this, and you can take this and you can bend it down like this. And what you can do is press save again. Yes. And it'll upload it, and then it will know, hey, they'll know that you have made a change to your design, and they'll read it, and then they'll put a note in your file that, hey, they want straight ends on their wires. So this is pretty much ready to be bent. I got my machine turned on, and so I'm going to start bending. So you can see that was a pretty fast, just check the design. Let's see, do I have this? So while that's bending, here is the teeth are a little short. Now this is probably had brackets on and they've been removed. You can make changes. You can say, hey, I want the labial bow to be bigger or smaller. I'd like that to be more tucked in. You can do all that and save it, and they'll remember it for the next time. I did not hit edit. You don't really have to, because before they send it back to you, your design, they click edit to make sure there's no collisions, and if there are, they adjust them. It might be why they did that, but it might be good just to, hey, go ahead and do an edit again, just to make sure. I think that is getting off center. Let's go full screen here. Oh my gosh, it's bent the original file. See, I didn't press edit, so it didn't save the bend. So that's the original, see where it's turned in? Yeah, I didn't. I went straight into bending. So you can pretty much go straight into bending. Isn't that crazy? Without even editing or anything. You just check it. Hey, it looks good. Send it to the bender. But if you do make a change like I did, you need to do OK and then hit edit. If I bend it again, it'll have straight. So you'll have to trust me. We'll do it on the next one. I don't want to waste too much wire. So I do have my little camera here. Is it? Yep. I usually put a sheet of white paper down. I don't know if this is harder to see or not. And then look how that just falls right into place. A little bit of adjustment. I'll make those bend the same direction whenever I get this ready. But let's bend that C-clasp. Okay. So if you want to see all the wires that were designed, here you go. And you can double click it. It's this little tooth button. It just shows all the wires at once. You can put it on there. You can or click on it. It'll show all the wires. Double click the wire you want to adjust, and then click this tooth again, and it will not remove or disappear the other wires. I don't know. There's probably a better way of saying that. So I want to work on the C-clasp, so I'm going to double click it, and then I'll do that. The other way to do it is to click over here under wires to be bent, wire to be bent. And actually that looks pretty good. I can't complain. That's really good. Let's see, let's make a few, let's say I want to make it longer. So now I'll click edit. And again, if you want this to be your new design, you would hit save, and it will re-upload it to the CDC, the Cloud Design Center, and they'll mark it as that's the way you like them. So let's just start bending. I'm getting my white paper set up while that's bending. Again, you can probably, I don't know if you can close it or not, but ooh, I touched the cord. Shoot. Okay, hold on. I think I might have turned off the bender while I was turning on the light and stuff. Okay, I messed that up. That's my bad. I was trying to turn the light on so that we can see the result, and then I messed up the result. Is it still stuck there? Yeah. Okay, okay, so here's how you problem solve that. Hit this little arrow here. That just did something. Let's edit this and bend it again and see. I might have to do this twice. So that way. If you're wondering what I'm looking at over here, this might, yeah, this is messed up. Yeah, this is totally messed up. We're just gonna let this get done, and then we'll rebend it. It just lost its where it was. Boy, I really messed that up. That was my bad. Don't touch the back of the cords. I was messing with the cords to turn on my light over here. Okay, let that cut off. Okay. Now, we'll go back here. Bending is complete. Let's do edit again. Let's start bending. Okay, so now it's going. Oh, I need more wire. Okay, so I'm gonna do 350, hit enter. And so I'm using JBC wire, and JBC wire is 350 millimeters long. And let's see, do I have a, oh, yes. That was cool. So I just open this up and pull the old one out. There's a little short piece. And then I'll just feed in the new one. And these are the same lengths of wire that I use for hand bending. So let's go back to here. Confirm, and go back. It's gonna redo. It's gonna cut off a little bit just to get everything flush. There we go. You can see all the little bitty pieces that is cut off in the back. I need to clean those up. Okay, so we're back to here. We're gonna go edit again just to make sure, and then start bending. Continue. Okay, looks like it's going. Oh, it's just making such small little adjustments. I just like watching this. Okay, so we are going to grab this, and I got the model here. Ah. There we go. Oh, I didn't realize how low it was on there. Let's see. Let's go back to here. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be a little higher. Come on. It helps if I hold it on here. There we go. That's a pretty nice. C-clasp are a little weird because you can rotate them some. But as you can see, it's about 90% there. Just do a little touch up. Need to just bend that up a little bit to get away from this edge here. Is this, just double checking. Yeah. Again, so I'm still working with JBC wires to try to calibrate it. So I'm working with Dr. Neil, and we should get these dialed in with the next software update really good. And so far it's been really good. Maybe it's 80% all the way there, and I bet we can get 90 to 95% there. But I think it did pretty good. All right, let's just move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to close this. And I'm going to put this in the case pan here without stabbing myself. I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to find the next one. I'll move this over there. Oh, okay, so this is a Holly with Adams clasp. It's 105. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to double click it. It's going to take me into that patient information. So you can see where I've uploaded what I want it designed. No, I keep doing that. And so, again, you can click here. It says design completed. And 17, 18. And then we're going to check it. And to do that, you just double click here. So that's the same window where you submit it. You just go back into that same window to double check it. Let me get a drink. Let's go full screen so we can see it. And we're just going to click on Holly retainer bending. And there we go. And you see the RPE is still imprinted on the thing. So the model, if you look at the model, oh, wrong one. This is a printed model from the doctor, but when they submit it, we pick these up, but when they submit it, they attach the scan anyway. So I took the scan, sent it through auto bracket removal, and then moved on, and then uploaded it. So again, this looks pretty good. I think I might want to raise this. I'm going to try it with these big, yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's undo. So Control Z. I'm going to hit the letter P, and let's just raise this up a bit, which means I'm going to have to raise this up a bit. There we go. And make sure that's pretty level. I'm going to click here. Sorry, click here. I'm going to hit Q, Click here, hit Q, and Q pulls the wire away from the model. Okay. Otherwise, it looks pretty decent. So if I take one of these and go straight down, because I'll bend it, and I like these to be a little further down into the pallet. Now, if I stretch that, why does that do that? Let's just hit T. And I'm curious, so this may not work. So let me, sometimes I can get away with this. The reason they're bent in different directions like that is just so that as it's coming out of the wire bending machine, it won't collide with each other. But sometimes the mouth is wide enough. Click edit to make sure there's no collisions. If there is, I'll straighten up that one. Yeah, no collisions. So now if I want to save this as my default, I'll click that. And if you could write a comment in here if you want. Like saying, hey, make all my acrylic wires point backwards, or make them all straight. I think the last time I made it straight. I'm going to hit edit again before we wire bend, and then I'm going to go over to wires to be bent and start bending. Now, while that's bending, again, I can go back to software, and if wires to be bent, right? So I'm going to click this one, and you see this straight length here. I like them straight, and I'll just line them up later. And that way, that was saved from my previous one I tested. I do like these. That's pretty even. At first I thought this was longer. I feel like this needs to be, ooh, let me undo that. I'm gonna hit P and Control, and I'm just gonna drag that. That way it's grabbing in the same spot on the tooth. And it's still level. Okay, I'm gonna hit edit. I need to move my camera a bit, center it a little bit better. Nope, that was absolutely horrendous. Why did it suddenly do that? Sorry, guys. I probably need to make this. There we go. Oh, I just realized I should have ground these brackets off. So I could dip these down a little bit more. Oh, wire bending complete. There we are, touching the tooth a little bit here. I'll move that over and press T. There we are. I like that. We'll go edit. Let's start bending this one. Oh, I just saw something. Let me tuck that in just a tad. And I'm going to press Shift and just move that whole joint in. And then we'll do edit. Make sure it still will bend easy. We're going to start bending and continue. And then we're back to the wire bender starting, and then we're going to go to the other Adams clasp. So you can see how it'll get pretty quick when you're used to it. So they made this one straight too, and I like these to be just a tad longer. What I can do is save this if I want to. Yeah, I think I need to pull this down. I'll relieve those gums later. That one probably doesn't need to be pulled down. Hit the letter T to straighten that. I'm going to pull this down a bit. I might just take this and just move the whole thing in. still looks a little crooked, doesn't it? Let's take this corner. Okay, they did not like that. Let's, if I stretch this down, no. Let me raise this back up. It's weird how doing that changes everything. So it looks a little crooked to me. So I'm gonna move this down. I've messed with this one too much. Okay, let's edit it. I think these are pretty much in the same spot. And then let's start bending it. Let me grab that other, oh, they're both in here. Oh, and that messed up C-clasp. So I have not, let me switch over to this camera. I have not trimmed the brackets off of this, so it's not gonna seat all the way, but it looks like it's pretty close. And then I didn't ditch the Adams for the Adams clasp, so that one won't seat all the way until I prep that. I didn't prep this model yet. Is this almost done? Boy, that is really bright, isn't it? Sorry, guys. There we go. That's better. All right, we're gonna cut it. Okay. Again, I can't get it seated all the way. I do see I should have put a little more bend on this. If I go back to here, probably it's spanning more than I saw. There's a little bit of a bump of a gum. I could probably remove that gum on the model. It's probably not swollen like it is anymore, like it is now. But on here you can see the result of that. Again, this isn't seating all the way because I haven't prepped it. So that's that one. Let's check this other one. It's 700. And prescription, design completed. Okay, one last one. I've submitted this, when did I, the 18th. Today is the 19th, so we're gonna check this. You can double click in here, or you just click check here, and it goes straight to here. But and you would double click this, let that download off of their servers. And we'll go straight into Holly retainer bending. Again, this was just a, yes, please import the data. So this is just, I don't know what I was gonna say. Looks pretty good. They did a good job. Again, I would prefer to have those will actually work for, let's say this works for this case. Let's do edit. So they should come from the design center already edited. Make sure there's no collision with your machine using the types of wire you use. There are some here. Let me pull that out. Just lightly. Okay. I'm going to edit again. And then we'll bend it. So you can see how fast this could be, especially if you don't have time to import the model, segment the teeth, and then choose the wire you want. Sometimes you'll see two labial bows in here. One will be to show, let's see if I can show one. Yeah, that one. You see the difference right here? Watch this. So I made that one difference. So they can see, if you save it, they'll see what the old one looked like and what your modification looks like. So we're gonna hit edit and start bending. Oh, need some more wire. Nope, not 340. I wonder if I've ever done that. Accidentally put the wrong size wire in there. And then I wonder, whoa, why is there so much left over? Well, it was because it was longer than it thought it was. So this does a pretty good job of keeping up with the length of wire. So you see over here on the left-hand side, it says 350 is the wire. And after it cuts it, it changed it. It said it cut off a 0.5 millimeter. So we're going to edit again just to be safe. Start bending. Continue bending. So then it goes into here. All right, so while that's going, we'll end it there. If you are interested in purchasing this machine, this is the Denck wire bender. Sorry, this is the DenckOrtho Bender S, and it is $21,000. I do have a. If you're interested in it, they don't put money into marketing and they don't put money into the website and stuff like that. If you're interested and you want more info, no sales pitch, they don't even hire salespeople, then there's a form for you to fill out, and I'll put it in the description below, a link to it. And if you fill out that form, they'll send you some information on how to purchase this machine and things like that. And I also have a QR code, I believe. Let me put that up here real quick. Here we go. And it covers the wire bending. Screenshot this on your phone and it'll take you straight to that, or you can just click the link below. And we will get this finished bending and we will put it on the model, see how it turned out, and go from there. I got my model right here, ready to go. Let me zoom in on it. Let's see, how's this going? Okay. Here we go. So I can see a little bit more calibration. Again, I'm using JBC wire and we're calibrating it, so it needs a little bit more there. But otherwise, that looks just like it did in the computer. It's a little flared up there, but I can live with that because I got to tuck that in anyway. All right, so that's it. We will call it there. That was the introduction to the CDC, the Cloud Design Center. And so that is something that DenckOrtho is putting out there, a service they're providing. Don't have the cost yet of it. When I get that, I'll pass it on to you. But pretty much you load it up, the thing one day, and the next day you come in, it's already designed, ready to bend. And it saves you some design process. So if you don't have a digital designer or a 19-year-old son like I do, you can use this service and still save you a ton of time wire bending. So ask any questions below and I'll be sure and answer them. And until then, happy digital wire bending. Happy wire bending robot. Or I guess happy bending.